love to do that, but wait before I go routine. Y'all ever seen him get up, ladies, and he about to walk out, and you say something real deep to him, and he stops and says, but wait, before I go. Before I go, I want to share something with y'all. And the only reason I'm sharing this with you, because I've talked about this before, is I believe in confirmation. I do. I believe that the Creator sometimes will send you a confirmation to let you know you're on the right path. You understand what I'm saying? By the way, let somebody know who didn't get the alert this morning. I found out that they're turning off your notifications. If you go look in your Instagram settings, you're going to find out that they've turned off notifications. How did they do it? They either did it when you got to upgrade to Instagram, but they're turning off. That's why you're not getting your notifications. I had to even go look. I'm like, I didn't turn these off. No wonder you're not getting notifications. We're sitting here thinking there's a conspiracy against us, which it probably is. But go and check your settings, and you may find out that your notifications for lives have been turned off. Not by you, but by an upgrade. Instagram did it, didn't tell nobody, and a few people are starting to figure it out. Just a word to the wise if you're not getting your notifications. So if there's somebody that's not getting the notifications for the morning mental, go ahead and tap them and say, yo, bro, man, is on right now. But I had to share something with y'all, if y'all don't mind, for a minute. Can you roll with your brother for a minute? I was talking to one of the students, and they were telling me, they said, I want to tell you about a dream that I had. And I'm always open to listen to dreams. But I had to make sure that they understood the difference between a dream and a vision. There's a difference. You see, you can always tell when you're in a dream, especially if you're what we call a lucid dreamer. You have some control of your dream. You know you're dreaming because things look right, but they're wrong. Like, for instance, these people didn't grow up in this house. And you stand there like, what's going on here? You're dreaming, okay? Or let's say in the dream, you realize you're doing something that you know you really can't do. You know what I mean? Like, one minute me and Joe walking down the street, and now we're flying through the sky holding hands, talking about some shit. You understand what I'm saying? You're dreaming. But a vision is different. A vision is so realistic. You remember it to this day. You never forget a vision because it was like if you were really there. This was no nothing weird. You know, you probably know the people in the vision, or at least you have an idea. You have a sense of where you were. You have a sense of what time it is. You have a sense. You can feel the emotions. You know, it's real, but it's not now. You understand what I'm saying? You're not having a vision of right now. You're having a vision of something that hasn't happened yet. Or you're having a vision of something that could happen very, very, very soon. And it's a vision. And then you snap out of it. And you're going, what the hell was that? Sometimes you wake up in the vision and you'll find out that you've had a physical reaction to the vision. You wake up covered in sweat. You know, you're breathing hard. You got scratches on it. You don't know how you got them. You're like, what the hell? You're in a vision. Visions are direct communications from the Most High. It's a broadcast. I remember when we had the eclipse back in 2017, that there was a young lady who sent me a picture of a crop circle that happened over in the UK right before the eclipse. Now, I looked at this crop circle, and my mouth fell open. I was like, wow. And the reason was because after the eclipse, the crop circle made sense to me. And why am I telling you this? Because I'm about to tell you what this person dreamed. Nobody has ever expressed it to me exactly the way it felt on August the 21st of 2017. If you y'all who are not students of mine who just think I popped up. No, I've been around for a minute. You just became aware of this TV show. I've been on the air for a long time. My audience just wasn't big enough. But now that everyone is awakened and everyone's interested in this type of stuff, not to mention we ran around with a bunch of guns and now all of a sudden I'm new. I'm not new. Just go back and peruse this profile while it still exists. But I've been doing this for a minute. And a lot of this shit we've done before already. Remember, I didn't come out. I came back. If y'all remember, I traveled to ground zero for the eclipse. I wanted to find the place that had the longest totality, where I could stand directly in the totality of the eclipse. And that was Carbondale, Illinois. So I traveled down to Carbondale. And it was hot that day. I'll never forget how hot it was. And I was there before the sun rose. So I watched the sun rise that morning, clear skies. And I watched the moon rise. And there's just so many things about that day that I could talk about that were wrong with the day. But I want to just get to this one important piece. When the totality happened and the sun was completely blocked out and we had the 360-degree sunset. If you've never seen it, it's the most amazing thing you could ever, no matter where you looked, in every direction, it looked like the sun had gone down over the horizon, but the sun was over top of us being blocked out. So we had a 360-degree sunset. The crickets started chirping. The street lights came on. The temperature dropped a little bit. But that wasn't the weird part. The weird part was there was this, and I even remarked on it on the live, if you go and look at the live from back then, but there was and I wasn't even into this shit, okay? I'm just telling you what I saw and what I felt. I'm just a regular dude. There was this presence. There was this presence that was there. It was whatever this, and y'all probably say, I know I sound crazy saying it, but I'm just telling you what I saw. See, this is how people in the scriptures sound when they try to describe some of the incredible shit they saw. And now we read it now like, man, this dude must have been tripping or high. I sound like one of those dudes, but I got to tell you that whatever it was that passed in front of the sun, what are you talking about? Are we back? Okay, that was weird. My phone just did something very weird. Instagram tried to turn on my location services. Shame on y'all. You really think I'm broadcasting my location? No, I'm not. I'm just telling you what I saw. And now they're going to mess with the transmission. Notice when I get too close to some real stuff, here they come with the interruptions, y'all. I thought they was going to be good to us. They thought I was going to check out until I started telling y'all the truth. Let me hurry up and get back to it before they shut us down. Y'all, we rolling on the morning mental. Hold on. But whatever it was that blocked out the sun, there was two problems with it, and I was right up under it. First of all, it was jet black. It reflected no light, not even earth light. There was nothing. It was just this black entity that was drinking in all of the light, and it felt like it had a presence, and it felt like it was drawing our life energy. This is the craziest shit I'm saying. It felt like something was pulling on my very being. It felt like I was being pulled. You get what I'm saying? And you felt weak. You felt lightheaded, and you kind of sat down like, what the fuck's going on? And a few people had that reaction, right? Okay, all right. So whatever this was, it moved on, right? And the feeling dissipated. Okay. A few of us reported that we slept very heavily. Did some of y'all sleep like extra heavy after the eclipse? Like you slept so hard you don't even remember dreaming? Y'all remember that? A lot of people reported that. Okay. So I've tried to talk to people about that, and nobody ever can get what I'm talking about. Well, in this season that we're in right now in 2020, as I've told you, a lot of you all are starting to dream. A lot of you all are starting to have visions. A lot of y'all are beginning to be very knowledgeable and speak prophecy. And it's not happening to the people you think it should happen to. It's not happening to the person who runs around with the funny hat on that calls himself your leader and your spiritual guide and who's supposed to be so in tune with the ancestors. It's not happening with them. It's happening with people that you sit next to. It's happening to people you live with. It's happening to people your co-workers. It's happening to them. It's not happening to these self-appointed so-called learned people who told you this is what's going to happen in the last days. Make sure that it's not happening to them. It's happening to regular Joes just like you and me. And the problem is these people over here who thought that they were the chosen ones, that they were the righteous, that they were the elect, that they were the chosen teachers, they're having to get their ass handed to them because all of a sudden somebody has come along that's actually speaking the truth, that's actually speaking prophecy, that's actually having the visions, that's actually being touched, and they come to find out you need to take a seat because you didn't get the call. Your phone didn't ring. As a matter of fact, last time we checked, you don't even have a contract to have service. So that's why you didn't get the call. He chooses whoever he chooses. You don't get to choose. So you don't get to say who is or isn't his messenger. You don't get to sit there and say who is or isn't telling the truth, because apparently since you didn't get the call, you haven't been telling the truth. And what did he say? In the last days, I will look at you and I will say, get behind me, because I never knew you. This individual told me that they started having dreams, and it's the same dream over and over again. I said, so tell me this dream. And they said, I have this dream that you're there, and it's a whole bunch of people, and we're running from something. And whatever it is, we all know we need to get away from it. And you're telling us, let's go. We got to keep moving. So I'm going, okay, what are we running from? Is it animals? She said, no. I said, is it an army of people? She said, no. I said, is it something, is it volcanoes, earthquakes, tsunami? They said, no. I'm like, well, what are we running from? He said, we're running from what looks like the most beautiful blue marble, gigantic planet. It's close, but it ain't close enough to hit us yet. And I go, a planet? They go, it's blue, so you can't see it in the sky in the daytime because it's blue. But at night, it looks like a big marble and it's coming. And I'm going like, well, why are we running from it? Because listen to this. This is what blew my mind. It has a presence, and you can feel it. A presence. You can feel it. And I go, ooh. So what happens with this presence? They says, well, the presence, watch this, people. Y'all gonna be up in a minute. Here it is. This presence is telling us to move back because it's going to have to do some things. And it's not telling everybody. It's only telling a select few. And that's the group we in. So we run. I said, well, where we run to? We don't run. We run to a certain place. And when we get there, this big blue marble begins to impact, or it has an effect on the earth. I'm going like, it has an effect on the earth. He said it begins to distort the earth. It begins to destroy the earth. I'm going to destroy the earth. And I said, well, what about us? He said, and it begins to destroy everything. Watch what this person told me. They said this being or this presence puts a protective bubble around us while everyone else is being destroyed. I'm going, where it destroys everything and it destroys the people and it protects us. Well, what happens to us in the end? It says we get destroyed too, but we get destroyed with the comfort of knowing that it wanted us to see all of that and that it protected us and that what happened to them wasn't meant to happen to us. And our souls are saved. I'm like completely blown away, y'all. I'm like, because that's exactly what I tried to describe back on August 21st of 2017. That's prophecy being fulfilled. It says in the last days, I will pour out my spirit, and your men and women will begin to dream dreams. Your old men will have visions, and people will begin to prophesy. So if you didn't get the phone call, don't get upset. A lot of people are getting the wake-up call. And that's something we should all celebrate. Celebrate our victories. Stop celebrating the negative and stop uplifting the negative and stop feeding into the negative. People are attacking your successes on every front. And some of y'all are just giving in because they got your kryptonite. When the truth of the matter is, these times that we're living in, you can sit there and be a spectator if you want to. But we all end up in the same place. You're going to get us all killed. You're going to die anyway. And on that note, y'all have a fantastic morning. I hope I've given you something to think about. Remember, this is the morning mental. What's your kryptonite?